Yeah, so you're quite right, Brad, and good afternoon. Analysts say a wave of petrol price hikes is actually putting pressure on food inflation, and we're already seeing this unfold in front of us. Remember, there's been a 40% increase in petrol prices since January. That's a staggering amount, and correspondingly, we've seen in the past food prices rise. So the Pietermaritzburg Economic Justice and Dignity Group has published a comparison of prices looking at November last year to November this year, and there are some sizable differences. For example, November last year, if you look at maize meal, 30 kilograms, 226 rand, it's now 244. That's up 8%. Oil up 27% compared to last year. It's the same story, double digits for both eggs and polony. These are typical items you will find in your shopping basket. Now, there has been some reprieve. Some items are found to be somewhat cheaper than last year. Let's take a look at them, but you'll see it really doesn't offset the huge amounts of money you're spending on your shopping basket. For example, needless to say, potatoes, onions are cheaper than last year, 4% for potatoes, 9% cheaper for onions, and then of course things like peanut butter and stock, they down. But if you look at it, the prices went up on the previous page, double digit. The prices are going down on these items in single digits. So overall, you are definitely paying more for a basket of goods. Speaking about that, let's take a look at your average basket that this particular institution puts together and compare it between the 2 years, November this year and November last year. In November last year, just over 4,000 rand for some of the basic items that you would place in your basket. That's what will leave your pocket. And you fast forward 12 months later, the same basket is now 6.3% more at 4,272 rand. The problem is that analysts and economists are now saying, given what happened with the petrol price over the past few months, you are likely to have, like you said, Bradian, a costlier Christmas, and things might not look too good as we get into the new year. Here's the reasoning from one economist.
75% of the produce that's being produced by the farmers themselves is moved by road, which then becomes expensive. But worth noting as well is that this cost is not necessarily passed on to the consumers directly from the farmers. The uptick in retail prices that we see is as a result of the retailers themselves charging more to account for the transportation and distribution cost that is associated with this rise in input costs.
All right, so with that, let's take a look at what's been happening on the markets. Look, it has been a pretty flat day, no real movement on all of the big shares, and the rand still staying around about 12 cents below that 16 rand to the US dollar mark. Let's take a closer look at those indicators. All right, 15 rand 88 for a US dollar, Brad, and that's where we leave the numbers for now.